So I'm now going to assume that we have collected all the data. We know our success rate. We know what funders we're going to talk to because their theory of change aligns with our theory of change. Now let's talk about how easy it is, how to create that cost per success to tell funders what they're really buying. So the first thing we need is that desired outcome. So whatever that outcome is for your nonprofit, it needs to be a clear outcome on how people are better off. So let's take a stable housing, for example. Let's say that's our desired outcome. The next thing we need is how many individuals achieve that outcome. So that's pretty easy. SureImpact makes it really easy because for all of your outcomes, we're showing you the percentage of clients who achieve that successful outcome, and we're showing you how many total clients were served and how many achieve that successful outcome. So you've got that number. But let's say you logged into your SureImpact account, 72 out of 120 clients have achieved that successful outcome. Now we need to know what our total program expenses were for that period. And when I say program expenses, my recommendation is you include it all. Include the marketing, include the overhead, include everything it took to deliver that program, because that's what it took to deliver this success. So make sure you build your program budget to include it all when you're calculating your cost per success. And then the next thing we need to do is we just need to divide the program cost by the number of successful clients. So this is the key factor that I want us all to walk away from. It is not the number of services or the number of people served, because our funders want to buy success, right? If you do cost per service, that's back to that counting hamburgers model. That's just telling me that it costs, it costs X amount of money to produce a hamburger. Well, I don't know if it's a good hamburger. A Five Guys hamburger costs more than a McDonald's hamburger, but many people are willing to pay more because of the quality, because of the taste. And so your funders are the same way. They may be willing to pay more, but they want to make sure they understand, what am I really buying? I'm buying success. So when you take your program costs and you only divide it by the number of successful people, then the failure rate is baked in, which is okay, because we're dealing with humans and not everyone is often going to be successful. So then when you go tell a funder that it costs $4,167, that's how much it costs to get one family stably housed. Now they know what they're buying. Now they know that if they write you a grant for $20,000, that, okay, this is how many families I'm likely to get stably housed. And you are able to tell that story in a much more compelling way, in terms of how the funder is really moving the needle on outcomes. And what's really cool about the cost per success model is that if you can increase your success rate, your cost per success can go lower, which shows you that you're becoming a more effective and efficient organization, but you don't have to do more with less.